It's awesome.
But you know what? I love the way he has approached this race because he told us during practice, look, I don't want to interrupt the momentum of the playoff guys. I want to make sure I stay out of their way. The balance of that at a place like this is very, very challenging. But Carruth has handled himself so well.
How do you do that when they're 3 and 4 wide?
Exactly.
You don't.
One thing to keep your eye on the left of your screen, you saw Brandon Jones trying to pass for the lead, Zilich for the lead on the bottom. He was not able to get the run that he needed, so now he started working the top. You see entering higher, got the left sides on that top seam. If he can just maintain through the middle, let's see how big of a run that he's able. It takes a couple of laps to get that timing down, right? On your entry, how high can I enter? How aggressive can I be back to the throttle? You see he's trying to enter just a little bit higher. I love this. We haven't seen this all day long. Connor's kind of reacting to that a little bit, kind of cheating up a little bit to maybe not be better for him, Parker, but just to dirty the air a little bit.
He's almost hedging a little bit. He entered a little lower, saw, and recognized that 20 was going to be higher, just cheated up the racetrack a little bit through the center, take away some of that clean air 20 has up in that third groove. I can tell you what Brandon Jones doesn't want is a late race restart. He has not been able to keep the lead on these restarts, but he obviously has the speed as we get a couple laps into the run.
If he can get turns 3 and 4 figured out, he's way better than Connor is through 1 and 2. Middle and off, able to generate a lot of speed. 3 and 4 has kind of been his weakness. I don't think he wants to be on the inside right here, but if he can just get close enough, now when we get down to turn 1, if he can do exactly what he did the lap before, being just a little bit closer on entry here, he might be able to get to the outside corner panel.
And how aggressive will he be, right? Because he told us in Playoff Media Day, I've been making a lot of deposits. It's time for me to make some withdrawals, be more aggressive in these races. And how hard will he push the 80-80?
What he didn't want to see was exactly what Connor Zilich did there, which was move into the groove he was using down 1-2 up near the wall in that third groove. That took away some of his momentum that time through 1 and 2, so he's going to have to adjust and sort of react to what the 88 does down at 1 and 2.
Connor Zilich has now led in 17 consecutive races. The rookie driver has won 7 of the last 9. 9 overall this season. Quiet early today. We said it's kind of crazy. He qualified outside the top 5. But he was able to find his way to the front. A great pit stop, and here he is in charge once again. We look at our Mobile One leaderboard as we head to break on CW. It's Zilich in front of Jones, Sammy Smith, Austin Hill, and Justin Allgaier. You're watching the Nascar Xfinity Series on CW.
You deserve the best. Performance, durability.
On pit road 2 has been rallying up 8 positions since the green flag went back in the air, Kim.
Yeah, and if we think about how they started the playoffs at Bristol, finished 25th, their worst finish since Sonoma. They were not happy. So last weekend's off weekend came at the perfect time for a reset. And when I talked to crew chief Danny Stockman today about what they had to do, he said, we cannot trip. We cannot afford to lose points. Now, you guys mentioned it. We have seen a couple of stumbles today. They had a slow first stop on the right, and then Jesse dropped the clutch too early on that last stop. Danny came on the radio after that pit stop before green, tried to rally the troops and said, we have got to get it together. We actually have to execute for the rest of this race. Message heard, Jesse Love is up positions, now running in the 8th position.
Well, and the 2 cars having their great time to have your best run. It's happening right now in the final stage when you need to have it happen. That's frustrating. I'm going to guess that his foot slipped off the clutch pedal. I don't think he tried to leave knowing that Jack was up in the air. Oh, you see right there. He and Jeb Burton going at it. Jeb's a lap down. Couple laps down right now.
Hey, the other thought here, 81 to go. You know, we're at lap 119. Everybody going to have to make another pit stop. And so you start thinking about that. For these drivers outside the top 10, do you come a little early, get the fresh tires under green, and try to take advantage in the early part of a run? Because if you're one of those drivers up front, it's a little bit of a balancing act to give up the position to come down because you don't want to pit and then see the caution come out. So a lot to be thinking about in the next 20, 25 laps.
And there's a lot to be gained if you are the first at pit road in the cycle because of how much tire fall off we've seen. You know, falling off over 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds throughout a run. That's an immense amount of time that if you're on newer tires, you're going to make that up over those laps if those other cars stay in older tires. Right now, taking a look at the one of Carson Waffle, we mentioned kind of a slow start to the day. Didn't get any stage points, but has navigated himself up towards near the top 10 right now in 13th. This is a big recovery for them, sitting 14 points above the cut line right now if it finished as is. I think this is huge for him. If he can get to the top 10, that's a big recovery on a day that looked like it was not off to the best start.
I would take the chance if I'm any of those guys in the top 5. I think if you're Zulich or Allgaier, you're basically locked in, right? You've got enough points built up. Take a chance because of how close all those cars are. You could leapfrog in front of those guys if they wait all along. If you're Sammy Smith, who had this disastrous Bristol, almost is going to have to win in order to get in. Take a chance. I don't. We're most likely going to see a green flag stop here. Last year, the issue was that a tire came off and rolled out into the middle of pit road. That's what brought the caution out. So this track has a tendency to go green. I think if you're in that top 5, if you feel like you have the points, or if you're in that must win, to me, I would roll the dice and take a chance.
Brandon Queen there, side drafting Carson Quabble to go by him. What a run by that young man. Won the ARCA race and now having a great run in the Xfinity Series. Cool to see.
I mean, 20th in his debut at Bristol, and today is inside the top 15. It's been very impressive for Queen. Also impressive for this young driver, Connor Zilich, leading again in the Xfinity Series, 77 to go.